y'all? It's your girl, Shayla Raye, and you are with InStyle Atlanta. We have a special guest today, Miss Melody Holt with Love and Marriage Huntsville. You do not want to miss this exclusive interview. Stay tuned.
One thing's for sure, now more than ever, content creators deserve to get paid. And guess what? We're all content creators. And now there's Fanbase, the new subscription social network. Fanbase delivers the complete native app experience with full content monetization, no algorithms that slow your engagement or growth, and no ads. Follow anyone for free. Plus, subscribe directly to your favorite creators and brands for $3.99 a month. Or make a Fanbase page and monetize your content the same way. Finally, connect with your following by posting the amazing content you already create and now get paid for it. It's time to energize and monetize because everyone's a fan of something and everyone has a fan base.
Yes.
Hey.
We
How are you doing, beautiful?
I'm doing good. How are you, Queen?
Oh, I'm doing great. I can't complain. It ain't gonna do nothing no way. So,
Girl, the older you get, the more you realize, like, that is nothing but gospel. Thank you so much for sitting down with InStyle Atlanta. I'm so excited to talk to you. Like,
oh, yay.
it's just amazing. I've just seen your glow up through the show, and I'm just really excited to hear all that you are doing. So let's start with this. I know you guys have been going back. You've been going back to Atlanta. Your brother is in Atlanta. Have you moved to Atlanta?
No, I don't live in Atlanta. I do go back and forth between Huntsville and Atlanta. I'm looking for a place right now in LA. So I'm kind of bi-coastal, I get where I need to get to do what I need to do.
Oh my God, girl. Like, first of all, I just have to ask, like, how do you do it? Because you really do make it look super easy. And I know it can't be easy managing your businesses, being a mother of 4 children. How do you do it
Yeah,
all?
what's so awesome is I know and have learned the importance of having a village around you that's supportive and that's there for you for whatever you need. And it's because of that village that I am able to move and make the things happen that I need to make happen for my kids and I. And so, I'm just thankful to God that He has sent the right people in my life at the right time. To make this transition that we've had to experience a little bit easier on us, while also making it to where, I'm not having to stop doing what I need to do to provide for myself and my kids. And so, I'm just thankful that God put the right people in my life at the right time. It's not easy at all. Today, for example, coming from this long major weekend, releasing my song, it being number 4 on the R&B charts right now, celebrating that, and then coming into today is Monday, so it's Boss Mail Monday. Like, I had business to tend to. I just finished actually teaching my masterclass students tonight as well, right before this interview. So my kids are here in the office with me. They know that I'm, doing this, and then I've got an interview. Then we're gonna go home, get showers, get ready for bed. So you just really have to figure out a way to make it work. And I live life with no excuses. I don't believe in excuses. I believe that you make it happen and you do what you have to do to make it happen.
Well, listen, let's talk about these vocals, sis. I mean, what? Okay, now I remember seeing on the season, this past season, that you were in the studio, and just what brought about, a music career. Like, how did we get here?
So, I've always had a love for the arts, whether that was acting, singing. My first performance was when I was 5 years old. And so I've always had a love for that. And so what I did with going through everything I've been going through the past few years, I just decided that I wanted to channel that energy into music and write how I'm feeling and my emotions and what I'm going through. People get to see it a little bit on by way of Love and Marriage Huntsville, of course, but I wanted to take my people, my fans, and my fan base a little deeper into the actual emotional piece of that comes with betrayal, divorce, disappointment, And so music was my therapy, and I've just been enjoying getting back to my first love.
That's amazing. And I hear a lot of people doing that, using their artistry as their therapy. And it really does help with the healing process. With everything that you and Martell have gone through, did you decide that you wanted to do actual therapy?
Absolutely. And so I have had a few, sessions by way of phone, but I am looking forward to, especially with COVID getting a little bit better, I am looking forward to being able to actually go into a place and have therapy. And, I am a believer that when it comes to navigating these waters in life, you have to be able to have your spiritual guidance counselor, and you also have to have your professionally trained therapist counselor. So I'm fortunate to where I have both of those. I have my pastor, I have other people who are in the ministry who are able to talk to me when I need to talk and, help me with the entire transition. And then I also have, my trained professional as well who's able to help me through that. So I'm just thankful that, God has given me the wisdom to know that you need to have people to talk to and to, help you through in life, because, life is challenging. There are a lot of things that come our way that's unexpected. I don't think anybody gets married thinking that they're going to get a divorce. And so, it's definitely something brand new. And then the fact that it's actually public and it's televised and for the world to see, that takes it to a whole nother level for sure.
Absolutely. It definitely does. I know I'm a woman who was cheated on in my marriage and was divorced as well. And so seeing your story, I think, is going to resonate with so many women like myself, who got to a point, and I felt like you were trying. I felt like you were committed to giving your all to your relationship. When did you know that you had really done all that you could and that you needed to walk away for yourself and for your kids?
Absolutely. So I'm a strong believer in, being obedient, and being obedient to God it doesn't always feel good. Yeah. And I used the example earlier today when Jesus died on the cross for us, for our sins, so that we can live. It didn't feel good. But however, the obedience that it takes. So for me, in my marriage, it got to a point where I hadn't felt the spiritual release yet from God for me to move forward. And there were times when I would cry and I would be like, God, how much longer? Like, how much more of this am I supposed to take? Like, when can I walk away? Because I'm a firm believer that you don't move, and that's with anything, relationship, friendship, business, whatever. You don't move until God says move. Hence my God Said Go merchandise line that I ended up creating. But when God says go, there are no second thoughts. There are no what ifs. There aren't any regrets. And for me, that release happened after I had my daughter, Milani. Now, you couldn't have told me that when I was pregnant with her that we weren't moving in the right direction and that things were going to be amazing, because I thought that they were. But after I had her, I still remember them putting us in our room, and I got in the shower and I just started crying, and I felt the feeling of it is finished. And after that, I knew in that moment, I said, I know if something else goes down, it's over, because now I feel that release from God. Yeah. And after that, soon as something didn't seem off, I was out and I haven't been back.
Because you know what? It's true. When a woman is fed up and when we get to that point, like that we're done, we're really done. And it's no going back. But how did it make you feel that he was still with this woman and that he had a child on the way?
It's so crazy because I feel that there are times when God gives certain warnings, premonitions, or whatever the case may be. And I'm a dreamer. And I've always been a dreamer, honestly. So God would show me things before they happen, and then it would happen. So I believe in other people who dream. And there was someone who reached out to me and told me about it before I had even heard it at all. And what? So for me, absolutely. And she was telling me about a dream she had. She lives across the country. And so when I found out, to me, I was like, I've always felt that God shows me things ahead of time to prepare me. Mm-hmm. So when I found out, I was more so, Father, I thank you for thinking enough of me to even prepare me for what was to come. So when I found out, I mean, I was honestly, it was just, and then it was so many, it went back and forth with, oh, she is, oh, she isn't, oh, she is, oh, she isn't, it ain't mine, oh, it was a whole lot of that. But at that time, I didn't even care because I was already out anyway. I left before I even heard that, you know, before the person even called me the dreamer and told me, you know, that, you know, someone was pregnant. So I was already out before that. You know, I think that more than anything, the biggest or saddest piece of it is the 4 children that we already have and them, you know, how it may affect them later in life, and the decisions, the selfishness of the decisions when you have a full-blown family and you put all of that to the side to do what you want to do, but then still say you want your family, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
It is. It really honestly is. I've been there. So I mean, I just commend you for your strength through all of that, because I think a lot of times we as women, we put it on ourselves, and it seems like you put it into perspective. Like, no, I know what I've done. I know who I am, and I'm not owning what you've done to me. I'm not owning it, and I'm not tolerating it. So that's
absolutely. And I think, you know, that's the piece of it too, for me being able to walk away as calmly and in a good, positive space like I am, is because at the end of the day, I know what was going on in that house. And I know, despite the many efforts to make it seem like I wasn't this kind of a wife or I wasn't this kind of a mom, blah, blah. Half the time I don't even address it because it's BS. Like, what I'm going to address it for, we both know that ain't true for real. So I just kind of keep it moving. I like to let people do their thing, because at the end of the day, one thing I know for sure, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. So there's no reason for me to fight a battle with you.
Exactly. No reason at all. I will say in my divorce, one thing that made it challenging for me was we have a daughter, and moving, you know, into a co-parenting relationship was a challenge, because any person that I was with prior to that, if you was my boyfriend, we broke up, I never have to talk to you again. Now I have to foster a relationship with you because we share a child or children. So how has the transition into co-parenting been, and where are you guys now, right now?
Oh, it's been super tough, and it still is super tough. And it's not because of me. I'm in a very good place. I'll be honest. I'm in a very good place. You know, I surround myself with a lot of positive energy. I have no ill will, hard feelings about anything. I don't wake up every day thinking, how can I make this person's life miserable? You know, I don't even think about other people. I think about my goals, what I'm trying to accomplish, and my kids. So I'm in that kind of a place. So it's like, okay, if you know, you need X, Y, and Z. Okay, sure, whatever, not a problem. Like, things don't even bother or faze me. However, you know, it has been difficult, I think, because he's so hurt by now seeing that it's really over and done. And he still says, I didn't never think, I'm gonna be real, it's like a dream to me, because I didn't think I would lose my family. So he's in that place of just being really hurt, and really, I guess, the fact that we're no longer a family like that, settling in with him. So, you know, Christmas, and this is stuff I don't even usually talk about, but Christmas, December, I had my kids for 3 weeks straight. He just decided he wasn't going to get them. So I had them. I did Christmas for them. They had a Christmas because of me. I took them New Year's to Tennessee to Opryland, and we had a great time because of me. I think he came by and saw them for 5 minutes on Christmas Day and left. And, you know, I have them right now. They're in the office. They're supposed to be with him. He told me he ain't getting them. So, I mean, what do? I just try to, at the end of the day, have myself in a position to where I can just continue to be there for my kids, because I understand that this is a big transition for them, period. And in any way that I can just try to show them have an overflow of love towards them, and, just let them feel loved and wanted, and that they're important, and this has nothing to do with them. That's what I do. So all they know today is, oh, Mom, we're not going with Daddy today. No, not today. There's nothing for me to tell them. I'm just gonna, so what y'all want to do tonight? What y'all want to do this week? You know what I'm saying? I just keep it moving. And that's where I am, because I'm not in a miserable space. And I told him this, look, I've already been where you are, that whole phase of being hurt and all of that. I've been there. I'm over it. I ain't about to go through it with you too. I already went through it by myself now. I ain't going through it with you as well, because I've come out of it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you can always tell the difference. Like you said, just how you react to things, whether
yeah.
you're healed or you're still broken. But it just seems like on the show, he's, really trying to push this narrative that he's this father that, and even asking for full custody, which I thought was just utterly ridiculous. But even doing so with that, I mean, are you guys officially divorced? Have y'all gone through the actual process? And is he still trying to claim to get full custody of you guys as kids?
Oh, yeah, no, we're officially divorced, and we have joint custody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. Okay. Well, that's good that it worked out like that. How's the relationship with, I love the relationship with you and his mom, because you can just tell. One thing about her that I really love is, she loves her son, and you know that, but she also is a woman first, and she's also about what is right. And the scenes where they were together and kind of talking, and just the way that she talked of you, and just how hurt she was really by his actions and where you guys are now. What's the relationship like with her and other people that may be in his circle? Because I remember, just like you said, when you divorce, you end up affecting a lot of people, not just even your inner circle family.
Absolutely. So she and I are in a great place, and I know we always will be. I tell anyone from day one, she was like, that's my daughter right there. That's my daughter. Ooh, that's my daughter. And so from day one, and we have a beautiful relationship. Actually, we just had lunch together last week. I hit her up, hey, what you doing? You're at home? Yeah, I'm about to come over and bring you some lunch. We're gonna eat. So we sat down and ate. Like we have a great relationship. She's a sweetheart. And I hate, for me, even seeing her, because we see the scenes when you guys see them. So seeing her tear up and her being emotional about everything, it breaks my heart to see her hurt. And so, that's why last week, like I said, I went over and had lunch with her, because I want her to know too, from me, that regardless of what, that I'm still going to always, look at her as a second mom. So that's fine. And in terms of other people, I think like mutual friends that we have, they're still mutual friends. Like when they're with me, we talking, having a good time, and it ain't about him. It's about what's going on, what you up to, what's been happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? Just good conversation. So I don't make all my conversations about anybody else, but who I'm talking to at the moment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love it though. I mean, that's hard to find. And speaking of mother-in-laws, we're gonna take a little bit of a shift. Martell's mother-in-law, Miss Wanda. Marcel's. I'm sorry, forgive me. Marcel's mother-in-law, Miss Wanda. What is your relationship like with Miss Wanda right now? Because it seemed like in the last scene that you guys were together, it was a lot going on, but it did seem like she was trying to, for the first time, be encouraging towards you or say something positive, but you just never know which direction that she's going in. She's a lot to handle, it seems.
So I will say that I pretty much, I can pick up on people being sincere or not. And in that moment, I didn't feel that it was sincere. And then I received confirmation of that after it aired, and she went online and decided, after I hadn't said anything about her, still hadn't had any kind of conversation with her, she decides to go online and talk about me yet again. So you can miss me with all that. Like, I don't do that whole in, out, put on for the camera kind of thing. We're going to keep it all the way 100 throughout. And so that was just her trying to get airtime, honey. And by talking to me, she just figured she'd get some. Well, I kept walking. I don't even have time for it.
No, you don't have time for it. You did. You kept walking. I have really seen your growth. I mean, even in this season, even when you and Tisha were talking, I feel like you have extended so many olive branches. Yeah. You have literally tried so many times to squash whatever is going on there. And I feel like Tisha is just not letting it go. Where do you and Tisha stand right now?
Oh, y'all gonna have to stay tuned. Make sure y'all watch the episode on Saturday.
Oh my goodness. Because I don't know. I just feel like, okay, okay. Last season, you mentioned that she was being cheated on. Is that something that Martell, like, you guys had a conversation about, and that she doesn't know?
That did not, nope. It has nothing to do with Martell. Even though people assume that Mel is saying that, or she thinks that because Martell told her that. Nope.
You just knew that this is something that happened, and she doesn't know that she's been cheated on. Or do you think that she knows and she's in denial? Zippity lips. I don't blame you, girl. I do not blame you at all. So what's your relationship like with Kimmy now? And I love the new friend that she's not new, but she's been in this season more, Destiny. How are you guys doing?
Oh, Destiny are great. We was just partying, dropping it low, girl, doing the butt on Saturday, girl. My celebratory party.
Love it.
We were just jamming, okay? Saturday. So, that's my girl right there, hands down. That's like my real sister. So we're great. Kimmy and I, we are in a great place as well, I just feel like at the end of the day, when you have mature people who are wanting to, just enjoy life and move forward in a great space in life, it's easy to get along. Like, getting along shouldn't be hard. And that was my thing. I used to say that and people was looking at me funny, but now I think they get it. Like, I'm not used to having to have sit-down conversations all the time about issues with people I call my friends. I've never had to do that. And so it gets very draining. And that's kind of where I got when it got, came to me and Tisha's situation. I'm like, I'm not tired of all these sit downs. So y'all will see sit downs on camera, but then we were having sit downs off camera too. And I'm just like, this is too much work to be a friend. This is too much. And I think people got to see that a little bit with Kimmy this season, that it's draining. And I'm thinking, that's what I was saying. Whatever. Okay.
Listen, it's coming out.
Yeah.
It looks pretty clear on just how things are and just how you're presenting yourself in this situation. So how do you being in reality television, is it what you expected it to be prior to you getting into it?
Well, and being in it a little bit more, and it's more, and this is the difference for me. So even though I would watch reality TV here and there, and I was on social media, I was never one to stop on people's pages and say anything negative, because that's just not how I roll. And so I think for me, because I'm not like that, I didn't think of how it would be by me being on TV and everybody would have an opinion and want to type negative things and come at you all the time on social media when they don't even know you, because that's not how I roll. So I didn't think so. That's probably the biggest I guess eye opener, or biggest thing that's different from what I expected, which is that people actually take the time to stop and type long negative things about you if they choose. And I'm like, how or why do you even have time for that? If I scroll across social media and I see something I don't like, I just keep scrolling.
That's simple.
Yeah. So I didn't know that people actually just really get into things like that, into reality TV like that, and will actually come for you every day, all day, like they don't have anything else to do. So that's the biggest that's the biggest difference for sure. But still, even with that, you take it with a grain of salt, keep it moving.
Well, now with this new music career, you're just going to keep expanding your horizon, which means more of that is probably going to come. But
Thank you.
You know, it's a blessing.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been a blessing to me. I'll tell anyone coming out the gate and being able to work with, you know, a Grammy Award winning producer, Bob Robinson of Tim and Bob, and being able to work with 1500 or Nothing, who are, you know, an also Grammy nominated team, and just working with such an amazing team, period, straight out the gate, and then hitting number 4 on the charts, like, I'm still in disbelief a little bit, like, wow. Like, they were Saturday, they was like, so how you feeling at my party? They were like, how you feeling? I was like, I feel good. They were like, nah, you too calm. And so someone was like, nah, this is what it is. You thinking, but what's next though? I said, now that's what I'm talking about.
You always thinking what's next.
I'm always thinking of what's next. And, you know, I will say that, you know, going through this divorce, it has allowed me to learn more about me. I got married when I was 22. And so just learning more about myself. And one thing that I've, you know, taken time to learn myself, one thing I've learned is that I am a little bit of an overthinker. And I have that conversation now with my friends and stuff. I'll be like, dang, I just be really thinking, but it pays off. So, oh well, it is what it is. But I'm that person, I'm always thinking, okay, but what's next? What's next? Or if you come to me with a problem, I'm going to quickly give you a resolution to the situation. Now, okay, well, this is what we going to do. Oh, they said they did what? Don't worry about it. We going to do this. So that's just kind of, you know, how I move. So it's been good. I'll be honest, just falling in love with myself, dating myself. People always like, are you dating? I'm like, I'm dating myself right now. Okay. And
you're a beautiful woman. And listen, we've seen Saweetie break up in her relationship. We've seen a lot of different breakups as of lately, and just beautiful women, you know, period, who could easily move on to the next person. So it's beautiful to know and understand that you are taking time out for you too, and it's not about you rushing into something else.
Right. Absolutely. So, you know, that's my thing. Like, I have people, you know, that I'm cool with and, you know, cool to kick it with and all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm just enjoying, like I said, learning myself, enjoying my kids, working on building, you know, a sustainable career for me and my kids. And that's my focus.
So tell us a little bit, because I you sound like you're a problem solver. You know, enjoy some of those moments though, because these moments right here, I mean, charting number 4, like, I get you looking at the next thing, but sis, you gotta really take some time to take in how huge that is. But tell us about the other business stuff that you have going on, and you moving to LA.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a spot in LA. I actually have a production company as well. So actually, a part of my team was just in Miami last week filming, and that's been going great. I also, of course, am still, you know, going after my acting career as well and pursuing that. And I have a master class that I teach. So like I told you, I just finished teaching before our interview. So I have to have a master class. I've had about 200 students go through my academy where I'm teaching them how to get in an industry, a real estate industry called property preservation. So I do that. I have my motivational speaking that I do. I've got some things coming up. One thing is in Detroit, I think in June. So I'll be speaking in Detroit in June. And, you know, I'm just keeping my foot on the gas, and I will not be breaking anytime soon unless God says so. Let's be clear.
Listen, I don't see how you do it all. I mean,
well, I have very early mornings. I will tell you, I have very early mornings and I have very late nights. But I think it has to be just God's strength. And I don't take a lot of time to stop and think, how do I do everything? I just do it. I just go. I don't think twice about it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just make it happen. Like, I'll give you an example. Earlier today, I had an interview, and I was like, so I was getting my hair curled, girl. I was falling asleep in the chair. And by the time I woke up and she was done with me, I was like, oh, shoot, it's 1:30. I got an interview at 2 o'clock. I ain't got my clothes on, girl, quickly though. So I was like, by the time I get home, get back to the office, that ain't gonna work. Okay, so I called my assistant. She was at my house already. Hey, can you grab my outfit, bring it here? So she brought it to the office. I mean, just boom, 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 but keep it moving. Like, you just gotta make it happen. That's what I believe.
And you make it happen, and you make it look easy, which is the craziest part about it. Now, this production company, are you pitching anything to Carlos? Are you going to be doing any like reality TV shows? Like,
so there are several things that we actually have that we're working on, from reality to, to unscripted to scripted, several things that we're working on.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. We're going to have to connect back with you and get an update on what's been going
Absolutely.
on.
I will say that I have learned that I actually enjoy being behind the camera. I think more than being in front of it. I think that for me, it is having the experience of being in front of the camera. I know what to look for behind the camera. You know what I'm saying?
And it takes creativity. You're a creative person, so you have that. And it just goes to show, like, if you are married, like, if anything, we saw you as a wife, which is a big role. But now we're seeing you on so many different levels on top of doing that. So, I mean, just kudos to you, sis. Like, we love you. We support you. We're so excited for your single. Please let people know.
Go stream Telltale Signs, everybody. Telltale Signs. I do have some competitions going on, so follow me on social media, Melody S. Holt. We've got TikTok competitions happening for cash prizes. Billboards. If you take a picture in front of the billboard, your name gets entered for cash prizes. So billboards in LA, Houston, Huntsville, Chicago. Where is Atlanta? Yep.
Oh my gosh, we are so excited. Thank you so much for joining InStyle Atlanta today.
Oh, and New York. That's right. And it's one in New York at Times Square. So take a picture, tag me, hashtag Telltale Signs, and you'll be entered to win cash prize.
Telltale Signs, vocals, lyrics. I just really miss that, just hearing the lyrics and really feeling it and understanding it and resonating with you. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And of course, if you need me for anything, just let me know.
I will, girl. We are going to be in touch. Thank you again for your time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And have a good night.
Well, listen, Miss Melody Holt didn't leave anything on the table. Make sure you download her new music, and I hope you enjoyed your interview with InStyle Atlanta.